You don't find success, you build success. And success is built in tiny, tiny little increments over a long period of time. When you see somebody who looks like they are up on a pedestal on a mountain of success, what they're actually standing on is a pile of consistency, consistent wins over weeks or months or years that have stacked up to give them that platform. It is very, very easy to look at our own accomplishments as not being important because we made them, but it is so important to recognize that every victory is small. Time is long, careers are long, and very, very vanishingly few people are actually overnight successes. Most of what we see as an overnight success is somebody who has been at this for years, who finally built up enough success that they had the network to get the breakthrough. And that is so easy to overlook. It's so easy to get discouraged by. But no matter where you are in your career, whether you're just starting out or whether you are, at the top of your current company ladder, remembering to build those successes in a way that you can point to is the biggest life hack I can possibly imagine. I mean, it's one of the reasons that I make content, that I blog, that I make videos, that I release my open source projects, is because when I feel like I'm not doing enough, sometimes I just gather the pile and look at it and go, okay, I'm doing stuff. Maybe I'm not doing the stuff that I want to be doing yet, but I'm not doing nothing. I can't get discouraged and say, oh, I'm wasting my life. Sometimes I'm working on the wrong things, and I do that a lot, but I'm still working. I'm still putting things out there. And because I'm putting things out there, I'm building this chain of small victories. I also think that one of the things that people deeply misunderstand is confidence. I have been told so many times in my life that, well, you can do that. I could never do that. You're special. You were born with all that confidence. And I deeply disagree with this take. Because my confidence is something that I built through that chain of successes. If you start with zero, if I've never tried anything in my life and then I try to run for president, I'm going to fail. Mainly because I can't even imagine what it would be like to go and do that. I have no frame of reference. I have no anything. And it's the same if you try to go from zero to, being a senior engineer, zero to being a professional skateboarder. It doesn't make sense. You can't jump to the end. You got to do the work. Confidence is built on this consistent chain of victories that are all small, but each one is a tiny bit bigger than the one before it. James Clear has this concept of 1% better every day, where if you look at the compounding effect of getting 1% better every day, that line is it's nonlinear, right? And it doesn't feel that way. It feels like you're just plodding along and you're barely getting better. But 1% makes you bigger. And then 1% of that is actually a bigger amount than the 1% of what you did yesterday. And it continues to get bigger because every time you're a little bit better than you were before. And a 1% improvement is a bigger amount. That to me is such a critical lesson that I've learned in my life. You don't just get there. You don't just choose where you want to go and walk straight to it. You have to build the ramp, and you build the ramp through these small victories. You build your confidence through these small victories. Every time you stand up and you do something small, that's a letter that you wrote to yourself that says, I am capable of that. Each one of those is a tiny little piece of your armor that makes you more confident taking the next risk. Every single risk that I've taken didn't feel that big to me. I don't feel like I'm throwing myself into the unknown. But to somebody who hasn't done the things that I've done in my past, it might feel like some of the stuff that I do is absolutely reckless. But I've built that chain of small victories that I feel like I can confidently make this choice and that the risk is calculated. Confidence is a skill that you build like anything else. You teach yourself to be confident by teaching yourself that you can win, by giving yourself tasks that you can repeatedly complete. Take a small thing, do it. Take the next small thing, do that. Every single time, that's you sending yourself a note that says, yep, you got this. Take 3 years and do one small thing that you are, 99% sure you can do. You go out, you do it. One small thing a day. At the end of that 3 years, you will have over 1,000 victories. And each one of those is a little signal that you trained your brain that says, yeah, you can figure this out. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, you can handle that. That's what confidence is. It is a a feedback mechanism. You're training your brain that you can do things by doing them. And that's why it's so important to do stuff. You got to try it. You got to ship it. You got to put something out there and learn what you're capable of, who you are. And even if it doesn't work out the way you expected, it's still information. You're going to do a better job next time because now you've learned something. And that also builds confidence. This is a no-lose game. The only way to fail is to stand still. Remember, you're not taking giant life-ending risks. You're taking calculated risks that help you grow a little bit, 1% better every day.